Brosplay!
Okay, I just want to clarify. That lady was technically an enemy combatant.
Yeah, that's a good
because
point,
she took an action against an American military personnel. So I apologize for my behavior, but she should also apologize.
Did you know that Americans are the good guys every time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true.
You didn't?
I did.
Good.
I always knew.
Good.
The red, white, and blue.
We're on the same page.
All the funny things you do. That's
Okay.
not the American anthem. That was AFV.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. All the funny things we do.
It starts off sound like the red, white, and blue. Just starts off sounding like it's very American, but it's AFV.
So what's with the Jajus? Did you notice that one that just dive bombed into my
Yeah.
APC? Like, I feel like you lose that battle 9 times out of 10.
Enemy combatant.
A steel 8-wheeled APC versus a Jaju.
That sounds like a rap song. A steel 8-wheeled. Oh no! Oh my god! It didn't matter how many people we lost. Oh my god!
Oh,
that was so dumb.
Oh my god. If you don't understand why we're reacting like this, you need to watch the episode before. Oh, I believe it's 29 came before.
Don't expect them to not be watching all the episodes. Like, this is not the show for you if you're like, I only watch the ones with explosions.
Well, sometimes I watch them in backwards order because I haven't caught up. So I'll watch the most recent video.
Because today I was just thinking about back in the day when we used to put the previous and next video click button, and I'm like, who the fuck would watch these backwards? Just click on the playlist. It's right there.
Yeah, the playlist is definitely the way to go. That is.
If you're using the same account, it's actually going to show you which ones you've watched. It's really fucking useful.
That is actually really useful.
Like,
I don't know if I've used that.
I'm 30 episodes deep into some playthroughs, and I'm like, I don't know if I can know where I was, and I just go and search up my history. I search up the title of the game, and there it is. That's the last episode. If I can keep going.
WMD Inspector. Talk about... What? Oh.
Anyway, the head guy at DreamWorks had like really bad blood with Disney. So he just made an entire movie that was intentionally like against them.
And you can really feel it when you watch the movie. The amount of like sort of anti-Disney stuff that goes on is pretty significant.
Yeah, it also does it goes against typical tropes too. Like it again. They fly out the right sides. The person survived. Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa. That's like one of those videos you see of people like almost getting squashed by a bus.
Oh.
Jeez, that was close.
It's really funny the way things line up. I haven't talked about BoJack since we were playing Mercenaries. I recently watched BoJack again. Is that guided?
Yeah, I didn't even realize we had those. I was like, oh, it's weird that we only have this machine gun, even though there's a rocket turret.
Yeah.
Mounted on this thing.
I figured that out. I love how the camera changes. That's so cool.
Not very much, but yeah, that's actually a marked difference. Noticeable
FOV
difference.
change too. Look at that shit.
Look at that field of view. Oh, look at that field of view.
Everybody down field of view.
I see why they gave me a tank, because they don't want me to go too fast. Because you can tell with the APC, I was fucking around.
Oh, yeah, you were.
I forgot I had some DWMD inspectors in the back.
But yeah, BoJack Horseman is one of those shows. It's a smart show dressed up as a dumb show. I love it. Can't get enough of it.
So jokes that are funny whether you get them or you just kind of get them.
It seems really dumb, but it has a really smart message behind it. It's also a parody of parodies at the same time, which I'm really a big fan of. It makes fun of parodies as well as parodying things.
Kind of an ironic position to be in.
Yeah, like instead of like Family Guy will do, they'll write a song that sounds like another song. While I was on BoJack Horseman, there's an episode from like 2007 where she's singing a song and it's like, typical 2007 song. This is what songs sound like in 2007. Like really, really like out there. Like it's like so overt. There's no like, they're not hiding it because they're also parodying parodies.
I think this is one of those shows you have to watch to understand.
Yeah.
I love you spend a lot of time trying to describe it,
I do.
even though it's a show you have to watch to understand.
I think most things are like that.
Yeah.
You had to be there is pretty common.
Maybe, but some shows you can describe like what it is you
That's
feel
true.
so well. Like Stranger Things, a lot of people really liked, like, for obviously a ton of reasons. But one of the ones that was cool the way it was framed, like with the kids.
Yeah.
And it was neat the way like they sort of they tried to put it in a way where you don't really have to be a sci-fi person to get it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are a sci-fi person, there's still those aspects. See, I put that shit into words. It wasn't so hard. No, I get it. Certain shows are a lot easier than others.
Oh yeah, I also didn't sing the song very well, and I'm sure I'll cringe at it when I watch it later. But that's part of putting yourself out there in this situation. You gotta take risks. Sometimes things don't go well. Sometimes they do, and that the going well part is so worth all of the not going well parts. So worth it.
That is the big thing to keep in mind. Actually, is that a failure does not constitute total failure. And total failure
You're
is
not
never
gonna be perfect
Whoa.
from the start. Don't write yourself off because you didn't do well, and don't excuse positive things that happen because you think you can't recreate that feeling. You can. Just keep fucking doing it.
That is the big thing. You have to keep doing it. Like,
Don't stop for anyone but yourself.
And try not to even stop for yourself if you're being a bitch.
Well,
right?
it's okay to take breaks. Like Nostalgia Critic took like a 6-month break a long time ago, like way a long time ago. Which, like, for him was like I think he was uploading maybe like once a week or once every 2 weeks, and then 6 months where he just like didn't make anything. And then he made a whole video about coming back.
Got to take breaks sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing is to remember that sometimes it takes years to build up to something. You know, when you meet somebody who owns their own business, that took a long time. Even if it's a shitty business, it probably took a long time, man.
They say don't expect to profit as a business owner for like 4 years.
That's brutal.
Yeah. I would say like minimum, don't expect your YouTube channel to do well for 2, at least.
And that's just do well from a perspective of like having some subscribers and shit. Fuck off.
What the fuck was that? Oh,
there's a tank around the corner. Yeah, I just got stuck on, like that. Imagine getting a tank stuck up on a wall like that. You know, like yeah. That's when the physics starts to become actually frustrating.
Yeah.
But mostly it's charming. Usually it's pretty charming.
What the fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah, not giving up. Sometimes I try to say it to myself in like a really overly contrarian way, where I'm watching an episode of Us and I do something that's like not so, like, it's like a kind of a regret, and then I pause the video and I just put it away, and then I say to myself like, oh, yep, you made one mistake, better feel terrible about yourself for the next 6 hours, you piece of shit. And I'm like, oh right, that's right, I'm not a piece of shit.
It doesn't really matter.
That doesn't matter. Nobody even looks at it the same way as you do, and the things that you're proud of, people might think are stupid. Do things for you, because you're gonna be doing them for so long. A long fucking time. Even my favorite shows, I forget about them. Like, I just totally forget about my favorite stuff. I wasn't into Protest the Hero for like a 4-year period. And if they were doing that for people like me, they'd be disappointed, because they'd be getting nothing. But they did it for themselves because they wanted to do it.
And now you can come back.
And then they came back, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys needed my help. You needed financial assistance, and I wasn't there for you. They made a huge fucking leap from a 10-year cycle of getting what they call sweaty cash advances to make albums, and then tour to make the money back, and then get another sweaty advance. They did it 4 times over 10 years. And finally said, fuck it.
That's such a horrible cycle.
They didn't feel like they were wanted by their audience, and it wasn't worth the amount of stress they were going through. And so they said, you know what? Let's do something that is either the last death gasp of the band or a complete new breath of fresh air. It's going to be one or the other. Sink or swim. Like, we're done treading water. And then they went out on a fucking limb and had an overwhelming support.
That's amazing. That's what the
3
cool thing
times.
about the internet with public funding and shit.
The public funding thing, Patreon has had a massive boost ever since the YouTube adpocalypse.
So does Patreon take a percentage? Is that how that works?
Of course. Everybody wants a little off the top.
So how does that work? Do you know?
No idea. I'm sure they take like a certain percent, 5, 10, whatever it is.
Okay.
Because
I mean, they provide the service.
They provide a fantastic service, and the great thing about Patreon is it's not like Kickstarter, where they're like, this is what we promise, give us money, because there's really no guarantee with things like Kickstarter. They can just take your money and run. In some cases, people have actually, like, one of the people in a company that had ownership enough to withdraw the money took it and just fucking left, and was legally allowed to do that because of the way it's set up. Yeah.
Kickstarter?
Yeah.
I don't know. Kickstarter, you're essentially just giving your money to someone on a whim, on a promise.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's specifically Kickstarter, but it was one of those types of places where... And the amount of disappointments from Kickstarter is fucking brutal, man. Like, Shovel Knight is one of the very few success stories from a Kickstarter. You got, like, unsuccessful things like Mighty Number 9 that was supposed to be this fucking Mega Man sequel that whoever it is never made. And, it was, like, massively disappointing.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with crowdsourcing. Like, anyone can come up with an idea, and certain people are better. You know the way a trailer is better than a movie usually?
Well, it can certainly make it seem like it's better, yeah.
Yeah, I think some people are better at making the ad campaign than they are at fulfilling the promises.
Actually, it's funny that you say that, because the guy who was directing Mighty Number 9 turned out to actually be, like, a marketing guy for Mega Man.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't think he was huge in the game development aspect. But yeah, they at one point in a live stream were like, it's better than nothing. It was like, oh no.
That's not good, man.
That is a tank to the left, of the building. Right there.
Okay, he's back over
That's
there.
That's probably what got you last time.
No, I think there's 4 even, because I killed this guy last time.
Holy shit.
Pretty sure. Unless I forgot him.
But yeah, with Patreon, it's a continuing thing. So you do it by month or per video. It's usually per month. That works better for creators typically.
For most people.
It means they're not like trying to like churn out videos of stuff. Jimquisition does that monthly basis. So if somebody doesn't like that means that instead of saying like, let's just say that Jim Sterling's we'll just use small numbers for example. Let's just say he's saying like, I need $10 a month to do my show. Well, on Kickstarter, it would be like, I need $120 for the year. And then he might not make any shows for the whole year, and you have nothing to say about it. Whereas after that first month, if he's been fucking off, people are going to be like, no, I'm not giving you any more money.
Yeah, and then he'll either be forced to pick back up making stuff or lose his funding.
Or he'll lose that funding. So it's a completely different thing because he's held accountable by the fans. And that's a big difference. That's a very important part. And so he's been doing it for a year on his own. More than that, actually. Which is fantastic because games journalism needs independent people. In fact, journalism on its own needs independence. Damn. Being part of this group that... What the fuck is wrong with these guys?
I know, man. This is like anything, and they won't get in it. Anything in the way.
I don't think the horn helps. I think he wants to get in very badly. Look how hard he's working at it, too.
Cause like, yeah, this is really silly, man.
Crap.
They needed to come up with something. Yeah, they needed to come up with something. That's why an HD remake would be so good, because they could fix these types of things.
Yeah, pathing has become, the technology has become so much better that there is a very complicated audio pathing technology behind Rainbow Six Siege.
Ooh, audio pathing. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, sound.
That sounds like a type of power. I'm an audiopath.
An audiopath.
Yeah, like if you're an audiopath, you could, than
an audiophile.
Yeah.
I don't like that name at all.
Yeah, that's true. Audiophile sounds really gross.
Well, yeah, it kind of sounds like all the bad piles or
sounds
files.
Like you touch audio in really inappropriate ways.
But it's also the name of it's a file. It's an audio file.
An audio file, yeah.
It's like I'm an audiophile listening to an audio file of an audio file. talking about audio files.
Yeah, see, that does kind of break it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I forget what the point I had was for that, which is pretty normal.
It's actually more normal than not, to be honest.
Yeah, actually. You don't have to tell me when you're honest, brother. I'll know.
Oh, I was telling the people, because the people
okay.
don't know.
It bugs me when people say, when they don't even notice the things they're saying. Like, I'm sure you know people who say, to be honest, all the time.
Yeah.
And it's totally unnecessary. And you want to say, like, I've called people out on that kind of stuff, and they're like, what are you talking about? They didn't even hear that they said it. They say it so often, it just turns into a background thing.
Part of their speech.
Yeah. Exactly. Know what I mean?
Yeah, those are big ones, too.
I had a boss.
Parenthetical you knows and you know what I means have been attaching themselves to the end of our sentences.
I used to have a boss who just said before they spoke.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
It's like, you know what I mean? I went and did this thing, and I'm like, well, now I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, why would I have known what that
meant?
meant?
Was there an innuendo in there? Did I miss it?
I hit him head on. That felt really, really satisfying.
A little direct hit.
Oh, notice that guy's moving now. He's gonna try and ram me.
Really?
Yeah, he was.
Oh no, the girder's in the way, or the jeez.
I know. Precise movement, man.
Do you know? Have you heard of the game? Oh, it might be called Lemmings.
Pikmin?
No, because it's like you're trying to make sure these lemmings stay alive.
Might be called Lemmings.
Though that may be like the older version, because there's a newer one called like Sheep or something like that, and you have these sheep and they just keep moving. They don't give a fuck about you. You can't tell them to stop. You have to like trap them to make sure they don't fall off edges and stuff.
I don't know if I would know that. I don't know if I've ever played it. Like, was it for
PC?
This is really starting to bother me now that these guys aren't going to get into this APC.
It's the most important part of the level, and it's broken.
All they have to do
serious issue.
is get out and get back in.
Taking fire. Damn.
I don't need all of you.
What happens if you leave? Does he... Nice. You scooped him up.
I did, yeah.
You scooped him up with your butt.
You mean if I leave without him?
That was a butt scoop.
He'll just start running towards me and then die eventually. He'll be hit by a car or someone will shoot him. Right?
He's like a fucking sheep. Like...
He's retarded. They're all retarded.
He just like walks across the street and gets hit.
He got hit in a compound. So obviously,
that's true.
Obviously he's gonna get hit on the fucking street.
So did we do this in a different order last time? I remember this being the second one the first time.
No, this is the last one.
Is there more stuff after this? You had to like bring them back or something?
Yeah, I gotta bring him back to the base.
Because we still had to do more after this, right?
No, that was our last thing. We were driving back when I died. Oh, right.
And
That
you
was
like bounced into the ocean.
Yeah. I mean, I was like kind of showboating. I was trying to knock someone off the road, so I don't really have any good claim to why I did that.
That happened to me when I was young. I was biking next to this girl, and I just wasn't paying attention, and I almost went straight into a ditch because I was looking straight at her. Oh no, not again.
Oh.
Okay. Steal it. This is perfect. This is exactly what you need.
This is what we wanted.
To do Overwatch on them, and then you can probably pick at least 2 of them up.
Down. Shit.
Hey, from behind. It's coming from behind. See that red dot?
No, it's gone.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
dude, they're coming to me. Okay, here. I will lead you.
They're taking the advice. You're low health in that thing.
They're running up to me like I'm like the mama helicopter.
They're taking the advice of that crazy fire woman from Dark Souls 3.
I don't know if I know the fire woman. Oh, the fire lady.
Come to me.
Okay, these guys are...
There you go. Oh, got to bail. Nilsson is the best player. Is the best person to play on this.
No, what happened? What happened?
What the fuck?
What happened?
That's fucking silly.
Canceled.
What? What happened?
Man, I don't...
They didn't even explain it.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, when we come back, Chinese missions instead. Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, it's not our fault.
Yeah, blame the mercenary.